On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Corruption.
Dishonest, harmful, or illegal behavior, especially of people in positions of power.
Examples:
Corruption accusation. Federal corruption charges. Rampant corruption led to a loss of trust in the government.
Juxtapose.
To place two or more things side by side, often to compare or contrast them or to create an effect of surprise or incongruity.
Examples:
Juxtapose images. Juxtapose two ideas. The artist likes to juxtapose different styles and colors in her paintings.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
Economy of scale. Economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Globalization.
The process by which economies, societies, and cultures around the world become increasingly integrated and interconnected through the rapid exchange of goods, services, ideas, and people across international borders.
Examples:
The rapid pace of globalization. Globalization trend. The spread of popular culture worldwide is an example of cultural globalization.
Tradition.
A belief, custom, or way of doing something that has been passed down from generation to generation within a group or society.
Examples:
A tradition of a culture. Against tradition. It is a tradition in many families to have a big Thanksgiving dinner with all their relatives.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Institute.
An organization that has a specific purpose, particularly one dealing with science, education, or a particular profession. Verb, to initiate, introduce, or establish something.
Examples:
Institute a lawsuit. Research institutes. This region has many institutes offering higher education.
Govern.
To legally control and direct a country, city, group of people, etc., and be responsible for introducing new laws, organizing and maintaining public services.
Examples:
A nation's right to govern. Govern a public enterprise. The regulations governing medical malpractice claims are rigorous.
Asymmetric.
Lacking symmetry or balance, not corresponding in size, shape, or degree, characterized by an uneven or unequal distribution or arrangement.
Examples:
Asymmetric warfare. Asymmetric information. The asymmetric design of the building made it stand out in the city skyline.
Governance.
The act or process of governing or managing a political, social, or economic entity, the systems or principles that guide such processes.
Examples:
Good governance. Corporate governance. The United Nations assists countries in building strong governance frameworks and institutions.
Destruction.
The act of causing so much damage to something.
Examples:
Path of destruction. Cyclonic destruction. The extinction of several subspecies has been linked to climate change and habitat destruction.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Exploitation.
The process of making some area of land or water more profitable or productive or useful.
Examples:
Sexual exploitation. The exploitation of fossil resources. Strategic exploitation of cutting-edge technology would be a sure formula for success.
Climate.
The weather in a particular location averaged over some long period.
Examples:
A cold climate. Effects of climate change. Climate and weather have an impact on every part of our lifestyles.
Reintroduce.
To bring back something that has been previously abolished or discontinued.
Examples:
Reintroduce species. Reintroduce capital punishment. The government is planning to reintroduce wolves to the national park to restore the balance of the ecosystem.
Primacy.
The state or quality of being first or foremost in importance, rank, or authority.
Examples:
Military primacy. Primacy of economics. New competitors threaten the company's primacy in the market.
Operate.
To work in a particular way, to supervise something.
Examples:
Operate 24 hours a day. Manually operate a machine. This machine is too difficult to operate for me.
Arena.
A large, flat area, often circular or oval-shaped, designed to showcase theater, musical performances, or sporting events.
Examples:
Indoor arena. Political arena. The company is planning to build a 20,000-seat arena with a retractable roof.
Probable.
Likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
Probable outcome. Probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Illustrate.
To provide pictures, photographs, diagrams, etc. in a book or something for explanation.
Examples:
Illustrate a key point. Illustrate a story. The company's financial records illustrate how successful it has been.
Grand.
Important and large in size, scope, or extent.
Examples:
A grand meal. This year.
Systematic.
Done or acting according to a determined set of systems or plans.
Examples:
A systematic reformation. Systematic botany. Science is based on the systematic classification of experience.
Undermine.
To make someone or something less powerful, less effective, weaker gradually, to make someone's fame, competence, or authority less effective or weaker gradually.
Examples:
Undermine a good relationship. Undermine their adversary's reputation. They tried to undermine her position by slandering her.
Ravage.
To cause damage to something badly.
Examples:
Ravage a country. Ravage the brain. A large fire ravaged the forest.
Memorandum.
A written message or communication that serves as a reminder or to convey information or instructions to someone, often used in a business or official context.
Examples:
Memorandum of understanding. Internal memorandum. The boss sent us a memorandum outlining the new company policy on remote work.
Depart.
To go away or leave, especially to start a journey.
Examples:
Arrive and depart on time. Depart from the faith. We departed before the temperature fell below zero.
Meddle.
To interfere in someone else's affairs without permission or invitation, to become involved in an activity that is not one's own.
Examples:
Meddle in relationships. Meddle with the evidence. She always tries to meddle in other people's affairs, and it's starting to get annoying.
Internal.
Of or relating to the inside of something.
Examples:
Internal organs. The internal economy. The Prime Minister cancelled visits to other countries to resolve internal disputes.
Affair.
Event, situation, or subject that is significant from a political or public perspective, a secretive or illicit sexual relationship.
Examples:
Current affairs. domestic affairs. Some critics say this exhibition will be a big affair.
Forbidden.
Not permitted or allowed by rules or laws.
Examples:
Forbidden words. Forbidden love. Taking photographs inside the museum is forbidden.
Charter.
A document that grants certain rights or privileges, a contract to hire or lease transportation.
Examples:
A charter flight. The Charter of the United Nations. The charter of the organization outlines its mission and goals.
Meantime.
The interval or period of time between two events, the interim or temporary time period between two actions or stages of something else.
Examples:
Meantime report. For the meantime. In the meantime, while we wait for the results, let's start working on the next project.
Donor.
A person or an organization that makes a gift of money, food, supplies, etc. to a cause or fund. In medicine, a person who gives blood or tissue or an organ to be used in another person.
Examples:
A transfusion of donor blood. An unnamed donor. His body rejected the liver of the donor.
Instance.
A particular example or single occurrence of something.
Examples:
For instance. Notable instance. These articles cite 5 instances of climate change.
Promoter.
A person or organization that helps to promote or publicize something, such as an event, product, or idea.
Examples:
Event promoter. Promoter gene. She was hired as a product promoter to advertise the company's products.
Represent.
To speak, act, or be present on behalf of another person or group, to form or constitute.
Examples:
Represent by a diagram. The characters that represent numbers. We elected him to represent us at the international conference.
Supple.
Flexible and easy to bend or move, gracefully agile, adaptable or responsive to change or new ideas.
Examples:
Supple muscles. Supple leather. The ballerina's supple movements left the audience mesmerized.
Doll.
A child's toy that typically represents a human figure, especially a young girl, an attractive woman, a woman who is subservient or passive.
Examples:
Plastic doll. Rag doll. The antique doll was worth thousands of dollars.
Smack.
To hit something or someone with force, often making a loud noise, to deliver a sharp criticism or rebuke.
Examples:
Smack on the lips. Smack his knee. The baseball player smacked the ball out of the park, securing a home run.
Vulnerable.
Capable of being hurt or influenced physically or mentally.
Examples:
A vulnerable bridge. Vulnerable parts of the body. Infants and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable.
Immediately.
Now or without delay.
Examples:
Immediately recall a product. Write him an answer immediately. A suspension order from the court is effective immediately.
Electrify.
To make a machine or system work by using electricity, to make someone extremely enthusiastic about or interested in something.
Examples:
Electrify the audience. Electrify a manufacturing process. The product developed through years of research continues to electrify the market.
Irrigation.
The agricultural practice of supplying land with water through pipes or channels so that crops grow well.
Examples:
An irrigation ditch. Underground irrigation system. Archaeologists found traces of agricultural irrigation channels at the historic site.
Contrary.
Acting in opposition to what is expected or desired.
Examples:
The clear contrary. Contrary evidence. The two sides argued their points, but the judge ultimately sided with the contrary viewpoint.
Destroy.
To ruin or damage severely or completely, to eradicate or eliminate completely.
Examples:
Destroy the ecosystem. Destroyed evidence. The building was destroyed in the fire and had to be rebuilt.
Riverine.
Relating to, inhabiting, or characteristic of a river or rivers, located or occurring along the banks or within the vicinity of a river.
Examples:
Riverine areas. Riverine ecosystem. The Army conducted riverine operations to secure the border area.
Basis.
The most important facts, ideas, or events from which something is developed, the way how things are organized or arranged.
Examples:
On an equal basis. Basis for calculation. This evidence will form the basis for our discussion.
Survival.
The state of continuing to exist or live, frequently in the face of difficulty or danger.
Examples:
Survival ability. Survival food. He evaluated his chances for survival rather pessimistically.
Nomadic.
Moving from one location to another rather than staying in one place all of the time.
Examples:
nomadic life. Nomadic herdsman. This desert is the territory of nomadic tribes.
Useless.
Not serving any useful purpose, having no practical result.
Examples:
useless information. Useless in the kitchen. The old, rusty tools were now useless and had to be thrown away.
Absolute.
Perfect or complete, or to the most considerable degree possible.
Examples:
absolute loyalty. An absolute must. Gandhi had an absolute zeal for nonviolence.
Dam.
A wall constructed over a river to block the flow of water, mainly used to generate energy.
Examples:
dam building program. Dam collapsing. The break in the dam threatened the valley.
Indebted.
Owing money or having financial obligations to another person or organization, feeling grateful or obligated to someone for their help, support, or kindness.
Examples:
indebted to creditors. Financially indebted. He felt indebted to his parents for all the sacrifices they had made for him.
Siphon.
A tube or conduit used to transfer liquids, usually from a higher to a lower level, by means of atmospheric pressure, gravity, or vacuum, a device used to extract a liquid from a container.
Examples:
siphon off political funds. Siphon jet. The siphon pipe in my aquarium helps to keep the water clean and clear by removing debris and waste.
Scarce.
Not abundant or plentiful, and therefore not easy to find or obtain.
Examples:
scarce resources. Capital scarce country. Fresh water is becoming increasingly scarce in many parts of the world.
Reject.
To refuse to accept, consider, or use something or someone.
Examples:
reject the proposal. Reject all imperfect merchandise. The company rejected the job candidate's application due to a lack of experience.
Implement.
To put a decision, plan, or system into effect.
Examples:
implement a corporate strategy. Implement security measures. The government promised to implement a new system to control the financial crisis.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Succeed.
To accomplish or achieve a desired or intended result or goal. To prosper or attain success in a given field or endeavor.
Examples:
succeed beyond expectations. Succeed academically. I hope to succeed in my career and live a happy life.
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
Absolutely against. Absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
Generation:
All the people born and living at about the same time, regarded collectively, the production of heat or electricity.
Examples:
Generation gap. The generation of electricity. The younger generation has different values and beliefs than the older one.
Settle:
To reach an agreement of disagreement.
Examples:
Settle a dispute. Settle down in the town. I don't want to settle for second best.
Suddenly:
Quickly and unexpectedly.
Examples:
Suddenly attacked by an enemy. Die suddenly. Who answers suddenly knows little.
Consortium:
A group or association of individuals, organizations, or businesses that come together for a common purpose or goal.
Examples:
Consortium agreement. Academic consortium. The consortium of companies pooled their resources to fund the project.
Agency:
An organization or business that is responsible for specific activities or services, especially when representing other organizations or businesses. The capacity or power to act or exert influence, the ability to make decisions and take action.
Examples:
Real estate agency. Intelligence agency. The government agency regulated the country's food and drug safety standards.
Insure:
To provide coverage in the event of loss or damage.
Examples:
Insure my house against fire. Ensure domestic tranquility. I will insure my car before I go on a road trip.
Holy:
Of or related to a god, divine power, or a particular religion.
Examples:
A holy man. A holy shrine. They gathered to hear the holy teachings of the Guru.
Alliance:
A partnership or association formed for mutual benefit, particularly between nations or organizations.
Examples:
Form alliance. Major airline alliances. To sell the product, the companies have formed an alliance.
Elite:
Belonging to the wealthiest, most potent, best educated, or best trained group in a society.
Examples:
Earn elite status. elite athlete. Very few educational elites go to Oxford or Cambridge.
Mention.
To speak or write about something or someone briefly.
Examples.
Mention name. Mention in a report. I mentioned to him that I had seen his sister at the grocery store earlier that day.
Large scale.
Involving many people or things, and involving a lot of change or activity.
Examples.
Large-scale project. Large-scale agriculture. The company is planning to make a large-scale expansion of its factory.
President.
The leader of a republic, for example, the U.S., the person in charge of the organization, such as a company, university, club, etc.
Examples.
President Emeritus. Vice President for Finance. The club president does not have absolute power.
Minister.
A person appointed to or a job of a head of a government department.
Examples.
Minister for Education. Deputy Prime Minister. The minister occasionally preaches at this church.
Sector.
A distinct part or division of something often used to refer to a segment of an economy or industry, an area or field of work or activity.
Examples.
Industrial sector. Private sector. The technology sector is constantly evolving and innovating.
Convinced.
Completely certain about something, having a strong belief or conviction in a particular religion.
Examples.
Convinced of the idea. Convinced criminal. The public is convinced that the Prime Minister has committed fraud.
Pervert.
To change the inherent purpose or function of something. To influence somebody to behave in morally unacceptable ways. To corrupt or lead astray. Noun, a person who engages in sexual behavior or has sexual interests that are considered abnormal or deviant by society.
Examples.
Pervert justice. Pervert young men. The teacher warned the students not to pervert the story's meaning by twisting the facts.
Policymaker.
A person in charge of or involved in developing action plans for a political party, business, etc.
Examples.
Education policymaker. Regional policymaker. Policymakers struggle to develop various laws and regulations to address international trade conflicts.
Misery.
A state of ill-being due to affliction or misfortune.
Examples.
Live in misery. Untold misery. Our company suffered misery from incurring a heavy loss.
Poverty. The
condition of being extremely poor.
Examples:
poverty alleviation, the cycle of poverty. Many studies have investigated the relationship between poverty and academic achievement.
Conflict:
a strong disagreement, argument, or a violent clash between two opposing groups or individuals.
Examples:
the conflict between good and evil, the long-standing conflict. He and I often had conflicts, not only in personality, but also in ideology.
Violent:
involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
victim of a violent crime, violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Despair:
the feeling that there is no hope and you cannot do anything to improve a difficult situation.
Examples:
despair at the future, untold despair. His friend's death drove him to despair.
Sanitation:
the process of maintaining a clean and hygienic environment, particularly in public health and safety contexts. The practice of disposing of waste products in a safe and appropriate manner.
Examples:
sanitation standards, poor sanitation. Sanitation workers play a critical role in keeping our cities clean and healthy.
Consequent:
resulting or following as a result of something else. Noun, something that is logical or naturally follows from something else.
Examples:
consequent increase, the fallacy of affirming the consequent. The increase in demand for the product led to a consequent rise in its price.
Moth:
an insect with wings similar to a butterfly that travels at night and is attracted to light.
Examples:
moth larva, moth attracted to the light. The moth is a serious threat to the farm's output.
Mortality:
the quality or state of being subject to death.
Examples:
mortality due to cancer, lower infant mortality. This disease has a high mortality.
Extent:
the point or degree or area to which something extends.
Examples:
certain extent, the extent of the damage. I was amazed at the extent of her generosity.
Afterward:
after the time mentioned.
Examples:
a few years afterward, go there afterward. We will explain the countermeasure concerning this problem afterward.
Bribery:
the practice or attempt of offering something, usually money, to gain an unlawful advantage.
Examples:
bribery scandal, vulnerable to bribery. He is currently under accusation of fraud and bribery.
Deductible.
Able to be subtracted or taken away, particularly about an amount that is subtracted from an insurance claim or income for tax purposes.
Examples:
High deductible plan. Deductible tax. The deductible on my insurance policy was higher than I expected.
Operator.
A person who uses and controls machinery or equipment, a mathematical symbol used to perform calculations.
Examples:
Operator error. An elevator operator. The operator of the machine must follow strict safety protocols.
Bribe.
To try to make someone do something to gain one's favors or influence by giving a gift of money or other inducements.
Examples:
Bribe a politician. Bribe him with food. He tries to bribe the ship's captain to export illegal products.
Phenomenon.
Something that exists and can be perceptible, especially one that is not fully understood.
Examples:
Natural phenomenon. Historical phenomenon. A rainbow is a natural phenomenon.
Villa.
A large, luxurious country house in ancient Rome or a modern version of such a house.
Examples:
A villa by the seaside. An imperial villa. They rented a villa on the Italian coast for their summer vacation.
Germ.
A very tiny living that causes the disease, a piece of something such as an organism, concept, etc., capable of growing into a new one or part of one.
Examples:
Antibiotic-resistant germ. A germ-free environment. The germ of his idea came from watching birds flying in flocks.
Export.
To send goods or services to another country for sale, to transfer electronic data out of a database or document in a format that other programs can use.
Examples:
Export goods. Export the data. The country exports a large amount of agricultural products.
Contract.
A legally binding agreement between two or more parties, setting out their rights and obligations to each other, typically in writing and enforceable by law.
Examples:
Employment contract. Contract law. The company signed a contract with the supplier for the delivery of goods.
Dilemma.
A situation in which a difficult choice has to be made between two or more options, especially that are equally unfavorable ones.
Examples:
Chicken and egg dilemma. Be in a dilemma. The choice between bureaucracy and adhocracy represents a common dilemma.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Deadly.
Likely to cause or capable of causing death.
Examples:
Fight against the deadly disease. A deadly weapon. The members of religious organizations released deadly poisonous gas on a subway train.
Disastrous.
Extremely bad, harmful, or unsuccessful.
Examples:
Have disastrous consequences. Absolutely disastrous effect. The emission of hazardous substances has disastrous effects on the ecology of a region.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Comparative.
Relating to the comparison of different things or groups, denoting a degree of difference or comparison between two or more things, characterized by comparison or contrast.
Examples:
Comparative viewpoint. Comparative analysis. The comparative study of different cultures is fascinating and informative.
Competitive.
Involving competition or competitiveness.
Examples:
A competitive price. Competitive position. The mobile application industry is a competitive one.
Competitor.
A person who participates in a sporting contest, a person or organization that competes with others, particularly in business.
Examples:
Beat competitor offer. Domestic competitor. The gap between the company and its competitors has widened.
Strength.
The quality or state of being physically, or sometimes mentally, strong.
Examples:
Strength of the economy. Muscular strength. Health and strength are, above all, gold.
Occasion.
A time or event that is suitable or appropriate for something to happen or be done, a particular event or circumstance that requires or allows for something to be done.
Examples:
A glad occasion. As occasion demands. She wore her best dress for the special occasion.
Transparency.
The condition or quality of being easy to see through.
Examples:
Lack of transparency. Transparency during the trials. The main discussion topic is government transparency.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Concept.
An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
Learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography.
Collective.
Done or shared by every member of a group of people.
Examples:
Right to collective bargaining. Collective ownership. Product development is a collective effort.
Simultaneously.
At the same time.
Examples:
Simultaneously affected. Take several inputs simultaneously. Two students answered the teacher's question simultaneously.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples:
Eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Convention.
A large formal assembly of people who do a particular job or have a similar interest or of a political party, something regarded as a normative example.
Examples:
Convention center. Political convention. They met at biennial conventions.
Auspice.
A sign, omen, or indication that is believed to provide guidance or protection, often used in the context of a positive influence or patronage.
Examples:
Under the auspices of the law. Auspice of a mentor. Under the auspices of the local government, a charity event was organized to support people without housing.
Oblige.
To force or require someone to do something through legal, social, or moral obligations. To voluntarily do something to help or please someone. To be indebted or grateful to someone.
Examples:
Oblige him to reject. Oblige a request. As a citizen, we must oblige to the laws of the land.
Criminal.
A person who has committed a crime.
Examples:
Wanted criminal. Criminal investigation. The police are searching for the criminal who stole the jewels.
Aspen.
A deciduous tree with smooth, white bark that often trembles or quakes in the wind, a type of skiing that involves quick, short turns on steep slopes.
Examples:
Aspen grove. Golden aspen leaves. The aspen trees turned a bright yellow in the fall, creating a beautiful sight.
Session.
A formal meeting or series of meetings for the execution of a particular group's functions, a period spent doing a particular activity.
Examples:
The morning session. The court session. Parliament is now in session.
Captain.
The leader of a group of people, especially who is in charge of a ship or aircraft.
Examples:
The captain of an opposing team. Captain of industry. The captain ordered the troops to fire.
Industrious.
Hardworking, diligent, and persistent in effort.
Examples:
Industrious worker. Industrious student. He was known to be very industrious and would often work late into the night.
Discuss.
To talk about or examine in detail, through conversation or debate, to exchange ideas, opinions, or information on a particular topic.
Examples:
Discuss options. Discuss solutions. We need to discuss the next steps for the project during our meeting tomorrow.
Entrepreneur.
An individual who creates or invests in one or more businesses, especially when this involves taking financial risks.
Examples:
A successful entrepreneur. Billionaire entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs willingly accept business risks to achieve success.
Non-governmental.
Not belonging to or controlled by a government.
Examples:
Non-governmental aid worker. Non-governmental agency. The non-governmental organization works to promote human rights in developing countries.
Organization.
A group of people who work together for a shared purpose.
Examples:
Organization chart. Agricultural organization. She is the president of a large international organization.
Cult.
A small religious group, especially one that is not part of a larger religion and that is regarded as outside the norm, followers of an exclusive system of beliefs and practices.
Examples:
Cult members. Cult's practices. The cult leader promised his followers that they would achieve enlightenment if they followed his teachings.
Applaud.
To express approval of someone or something by clapping the hands.
Examples:
Applaud his courage. Applaud the orchestra. I enthusiastically applaud my rival's achievement.
Unclear.
Poorly stated or described, and therefore not easy to understand, not easy to perceive.
Examples:
An unclear match. In no unclear terms. It is important not to undertake tasks with unclear objectives to improve productivity.
Cabinet.
A piece of furniture with doors, shelves, and drawers used for storage or display. A small group of senior members of a government who act as official advisors for the president or prime minister.
Examples:
Member of the cabinet. The cabinet above the sink. The prime minister decided to reshuffle his cabinet to regain support.
Participate.
To take part in something.
Examples:
Participate fully in conversation. Participate in the program. The majority of students actively participated in the college's intramural sports program.
Convince.
To persuade someone or make someone believe that something is true.
Examples:
Convince her to go with us. Convince an opponent. I am considering what I should do to convince him.
Perspective.
A certain attitude towards something, a particular style of thinking about something.
Examples:
A perspective view. Perspective of the battle. His father's death changed his whole perspective on life.
Broad.
Very wide, general.
Examples:
Attract broad attention. A broad mind. He accumulated wealth across a broad spectrum of assets.
Geography.
A field of science devoted to the study of the lands, features, inhabitants, and phenomena of the earth.
Examples:
Geography class. Economic geography. She did well on her geography exam.
Constituency.
A group of people who live in a particular geographic area and are represented politically by an elected official. A body of customers or clients who regularly use a particular service or product.
Examples:
Constituency needs. Local constituency. The politician met with his constituency to hear their concerns and ideas.
Defend.
To protect someone or something from attack, criticism, danger, etc.
Examples:
Defend my country. Defend against a threat. International law allows each nation to defend itself when its rights and interests are illegally violated.
Prop.
A piece of wood, metal, etc., placed beneath or against something to support it or keep it in position, a system, institution, or person that gives help or support to someone or something.
Examples:
Emotional prop. Prop stick. We have finally lost our last prop.
Enforce.
To make sure that people obey a particular law, rule, or situation.
Examples:
enforce the law, enforce a contract. Governments make rules, and police enforce them.
Establishment:
A business or organization, especially a well-established one, the act of starting or forming something that is meant to last for a long time.
Examples:
Run a large establishment. Establishment of a new government. The community celebrated the establishment of the new school.
Fraud:
The crime of gaining money or financial benefits by deceiving people, a person who makes deceitful pretenses.
Examples:
Get money by fraud. Victim of fraud. The police arrested them for committing insurance fraud.
Prosecute:
To bring legal action against someone in a court of law, to pursue or carry out something to completion or achievement.
Examples:
Prosecute criminal. Prosecute case. The attorney decided to prosecute the suspect for stealing from the store.
Pound:
The standard unit of money in the UK, the standard unit of weight equal to 16 ounces.
Examples:
3/4 of a pound. Thousands of pounds. The car's front bumper cost £1,500.
Military:
Relating to or characteristic of members of the armed forces, of or relating to war or warfare.
Examples:
A military operation. A military leader. The military academy was known for its strict discipline and training.
Equip:
To provide a person or a place with the things that are needed for a particular purpose or activity.
Examples:
Equip an army. Equip our children with some special skills. The construction company equipped the building with an earthquake-resistant device.
Security:
The state of being free from danger, risk, or harm, measures taken to protect against threats or attacks, a financial asset, such as a stock or bond that derives value exclusively from the ownership interest or claim to a particular underlying asset or obligation.
Examples:
National security. Security analyst. The building's security system includes cameras, alarms, and security guards.
Ratification:
The formal confirmation or approval of something, typically a legal document, treaty, or agreement, by an authoritative body or individual.
Examples:
Constitutional ratification. The ratification of the law. The ratification process for the new trade agreement took longer than expected.
Subsequent:
Happening or occurring later or after something else.
Examples:
Over subsequent months. Reduce subsequent mortality. In the subsequent meeting, the team discussed ways to improve productivity.
Ratify.
To officially approve or confirm something, often through a formal process or agreement, to give legal or binding validity to something by formal consent or agreement.
Examples:
Ratify a treaty. Ratify an agreement. The members of the organization voted to ratify the new constitution.
Deputy.
A person who is appointed as the substitute of another and given the power to do something instead of another.
Examples:
A deputy governor. Deputy Attorney General. She left the decision to her deputy.
Servant.
A person who performs duties for others, especially a person employed in a house on domestic duties or as a personal attendant.
Examples:
Servant of God. Fellow servant. The faithful servant had been working for the family for many years and was well trusted.
Parliament.
A legislative body, especially the one that represents the people of a country or state.
Examples:
Disband Parliament. Event of a hung parliament. He was a member of Parliament.
Preach.
To deliver a religious or moral message to an audience.
Examples:
Preach the gospel. Preach to the masses. The pastor preached about the importance of forgiveness.
Honesty.
The quality of being truthful, sincere, and morally upright, adherence to moral and ethical principles.
Examples:
Honesty policy. Honesty box. A culture of honesty in the workplace leads to better communication and productivity.
Tick.
A light, sharp, repetitive sound or action, a mark indicating that something is correct or has been done. Any of two families of small parasitic arachnids with barbed proboscis.
Examples:
Tick of the clock. Tick fever. I always put a tick mark next to the items on my grocery list after buying them.
Conclude.
To come to an end or close, to reach a judgment or opinion by reasoning.
Examples:
Conclude a meeting. Conclude that he is healthy. We concluded a ceasefire.
Achieve.
To successfully complete a task or goal, often through hard work, perseverance, and dedication, to attain or accomplish something that one has set out to do.
Examples:
Achieve success. Achieve milestones. I will work hard to achieve my goals and realize my dreams.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Policy.
A set of rules, guidelines, principles, or procedures that govern decision-making or action, often used in the context of business or government. A course of action or plan of action adopted or followed by an organization or individual to achieve a goal or objective.
Examples:
Health policy, foreign policy. The company's new policy on remote work has made it a more inclusive workplace.
Analyze.
To think about in depth and evaluate to discover essential features or meaning.
Examples:
Analyze a chemical compound. Analyze your real motives. The teacher attempted to analyze the root cause of our mistake.
Remedy.
A successful way of dealing with or improving an unpleasant or difficult situation or curing an illness.
Examples:
Remedy for air pollution. An internal remedy. This drug will be a good remedy for your stomach trouble.
Reform.
The act of improving or correcting something wrong or bad. Verb, to make a change in something to correct a flaw or improve it.
Examples:
Economic reform. Reform movement. The government is proposing a reform to the healthcare system to make it more accessible and affordable for all citizens.
Monitor.
To observe, check, and track the progress or quality of something over a period of time.
Examples:
Monitor an exam. Monitor the data carefully. They used a special receiver to monitor police radio channels.
Responsible.
Answerable or accountable for something within one's power, control, or management.
Examples:
Responsible action. Responsible for customer service. She's a responsible pet owner who ensures her dog gets enough exercise and a healthy diet.
Transparent.
Easy to perceive, detect, or understand, of a material or article, permitting light to pass through freely.
Examples:
A transparent lie. Transparent crystal. The focus of these initiatives is to make the financial system more transparent.
Competence.
The ability to do something well or efficiently, the knowledge, skill, and ability required to perform a task or job effectively.
Examples:
Competence evaluation. Proven competence. The company is looking for candidates with the necessary competence and skills.
Educational.
Relating to education or providing knowledge or instruction.
Examples:
Educational system. Elevate educational standards. The museum offers a variety of educational programs for children and adults.
Continental.
Of or relating to a continent, equals one of the Earth's large land masses.
Examples:
Continental divide. Polar continental air. The continental breakfast at the hotel was included with the room.
Empower.
To give someone the power or authority to do something.
Examples:
Empower my life. Empower the secretary to do the same. The company empowered employees to buy low-price items without approval to achieve efficient purchasing.
Leadership.
The ability, act, or status of leading a group of people or an organization.
Examples:
Under his leadership. Leadership by politicians. The country's leadership has decided to take large-scale measures against global warming.
Practical.
Of or connected with actual use or real situation rather than with theory and ideas.
Examples:
Practical English. Gain practical experience. Her concept is highly practical and helpful.
Committed.
Willing to put in a lot of effort, time, and energy into something, firmly believing in something.
Examples:
In a committed relationship. Strong and committed sales staff. Our company is strongly committed to meeting customers' needs.
Corporate.
Of or relating to a large company.
Examples:
Corporate right. Corporate environment. The corporate office has decided to lay off 10% of the workforce.
Magical.
Produced by or containing supernatural powers.
Examples:
Magical place. Magical powers. When I was a child, my mother often cast magical spells to ease my pain whenever I was injured.
Triangle.
A three-sided polygon with three angles, something that has three sides or parts.
Examples:
Triangle shape. Love triangle. The Pythagorean theorem is used to calculate the length of the sides of a right triangle.
Tremendous.
Very great in degree or extent or amount or impact, extremely good.
Examples:
Tremendous amount. Tremendous popularity. We had a tremendous time yesterday.